Hello and welcome to Challenger Insight. This is a complete VOD review of Azir against Yasuo. I will be explaining every single thing I'm doing so you can learn and improve fast. So before we get into the game, let's make match preparation. That's so important. So imagine you are in loading screen. You always want to give yourself the highest chances of winning by preparing for the match. You can start by thinking about your own matchup, about Yasuo's strengths, his cooldowns. So his cooldowns. Passive, well, occasionally he gets one, that's self-explanatory. His Q is important to think about. In the early game, when he doesn't have any attack speed items, his Q cooldown is 4 seconds, but it goes down all the way to 1 second. Now, it is 1.3 seconds, but the difference between 1 second and 1.3 for you to remember is just not worth the effort. It won't even change anything. A wind wall is 26 seconds cooldown. You just need to remember maybe 20. We don't have to remember exact numbers because then it's difficult in the game to count. Just 20 seconds, easy peasy. His E, whatever. And last breath, the ultimate, is about 40 seconds shorter than your own ultimate. So if you trade cooldowns with him, if he ults you and you ult him, keep in mind that there will be about a 40 seconds window he can use and ult you again when you don't have your own. Now that's enough for the preparation. Let's go back to the loading screen. By the way, I have the Epic Pen tool to help you understand things better, but I'm new to it, so please be patient with me. Now, have I started? Yes, I started. They have a Jarvan. No, we have a Jarvan, which is an amazing jungler to have with Azir because he's a tank and he gives attack speed for you, which is nuts. And they have Rek'Sai. So Rek'Sai is, he can't gank you level 2, it's very bad. Level 3 gank, he's very strong. And Yasuo is pretty good at setting up ganks with his tornado, so that's something to keep in mind. But Jarvan is equally strong to Rek'Sai, and you are stronger than Yasuo thanks to the way you can set up your wave. So I go for Hail of Blades, but if you are a beginner, go for Electrocute. The reason why Hail of Blades is because it scales a bit better than Electrocute. It can do slightly more damage, but it's harder to use. And the only factor why you don't want to go Hail of Blades is that you can't attack the wave for a few seconds, and in some matchups where they can outpush you, it's horrible. But against champions where you have the push no matter what you do, you want to take Hail of Blades. So my first objective in this lane is to watch for Rek'Sai's pathing, expect a gank around level 3 from the other side where he started. So let's see if we can do this. Imagine he starts on a red buff, okay? He needs more camps to get level 3, so maybe red buff, this, blue buff, and scuttle. I will expect a gank from here. And the same thing if he does it from the opposite side. So he would just go this way and he ganks me from the other side. Hopefully that's clear. Nice, first time used, that's great. Now let's continue. And then individually I want to set up a slow push against Yasuo. So Yasuo has stronger all-in than you, but you have better wave control. Now you want to use your wave control advantage so it nullifies his strengths and covers your weaknesses. Now, if there's a big minion wave, it is much harder for champions to all-in, especially in the early levels when every single minion does about 10 damage per second. So I will slow push, that will result in big waves, and exactly for the reason I just explained now. So I will push as slowly as possible, only one auto attack, look, one auto attack, and I won't touch the wave any further. Now, whenever Yasuo goes for CS, I will make sure to give him hell. Just like this. I walk back to prevent his Q, and now I just last it, and look. Yasuo, now you always want to identify what is their next move. So what is Yasuo move right now? He wants this minion, right? What I will do is put a soldier right here, look at the circle, and he has to walk over the soldier to get the minion, and I will just auto-attack him easily. I missed 2 CS, which was a big issue. That shouldn't happen. I would miss only 1, but it'd be worth it to poke his shield down. Another auto-attack when he goes. Now he doesn't respect it. I just hit him with another auto. And look, I'm still not pushing the wave too much. I'm losing a bit more CS than I should, but it's alright. Now I hit level 2 before he does. You see, let's move back a bit, okay? Before even I hit level 2, I start walking up already to get into position. I skill up the Q immediately and use the existing soldier. I don't create a new one to use a fast poke combo and go back. Now look at this minion wave. It is absolutely huge. Imagine Yasuo trying to fight me in it. He will lose any fight. And he's already below half HP. It is very obnoxious strategy to deal with if you are a melee champion. And a lot of Yasuos won't respect you and they will go Doran's Blade. So they won't heal the poke with Doran's shield. Now notice another thing that is happening right now. I'm standing close to my jungler. I'm standing on this side of the map. Why? Because Rek'Sai will probably gank me from here. Do you see the minimap? Okay. So by doing this, I'm standing further from him and I'm also closer to my jungler. So if I need help, I can easily join with my jungler. We can counter gank and turn the fight. So let's continue. I hit the tower. Usually not a good idea to try to poke when he's going for melee minions. But once he goes for the caster minions, it's good. Look, now the important thing you need to keep in mind is don't use your Q too early. Why? Because Yasuo, imagine he would dash on me right now, right? He would dash through like this and he would be here. And then I wouldn't have Q to follow up with my soldier. So the soldier would be stuck here. Yasuo would be outside of a circle and I would be doing 0 damage to him. So I want you to look how I'm saving my Q until he has no mobility left or he's disengaging so I can guarantee my damage. See, I just keep hitting with my W. And now he's out of the soldier circle, I go in. Now imagine a scenario, he would actually dash over, then you want to Q your soldier in a way that it's like right around you. So it would be, imagine Yasuo is here, okay? So the soldier would be right on top of you, and then you can just keep kiting around the soldier, and he has to eat the soldier damage if he wants to attack you. This is the biggest mistake new Azir players do against Yasuo is using Q too early, and then they have no cooldowns, and Yasuo just dashes over them, and Yasuo will win the trade because you don't do damage with your W. I hope that's clear, and let's continue. Now, spot that Rek'Sai and Jarvan are fighting right now. I check immediately to see what's happening. We don't really have the bot lane priority, so I don't want to do anything. And this is good enough. I just know that I can keep doing whatever I want to this Yasuo. Now I can easily go for a kill here once I poke his shield, but we are still fighting in the river. It's a bit weird. Look how I'm using my F keys to keep my map awareness up. Now, what this happens, whenever you push a wave under the tower, the entire minion wave, okay, even the caster minions are in the range of tower, that it kills them, which happened last wave, so maybe I can show you. I forgot to talk about it, so let's see. Okay, so this is what I mean. When the minions are this deep, this tower will kill all of them, and that will result in a bounce, and that means that eventually the wave will start pushing back to you. Now this is a window of power you need to respect if you don't poke them hard enough, because they will have more minions than you and they can poke you. But if everything was going according to the plan and you poke them really low, you can use that to set up a freeze. So they will be way too low to contest and you can deny their minions. Look at this. Now I'm not pushing anymore, I'm setting up a freeze. Now this soldier was bad, but it's alright. See? Now, the next wave will come, and it will arrive sooner, his minion wave, I mean, than my wave. That's why it will push, even though it looks like mine is stronger right now. It's just that the next wave will take shorter distance to arrive, the reinforcements. See? It's already here. And this will die to tower. So now you can already see how this big wave will push in. And now I can decide to keep pushing, or I can do nothing and just zone the Yasuo. If he decides to recall, you don't push the wave. You recall as well, and you will deny CS that way, and you won't lose a single thing. But now, because Jarvan is actually pinging for a dive, I'm trying to push this wave in. Otherwise, I would let this freeze for sure. And Yasuo is respecting. He's being zoned from EXP and from gold. Now, Jarvan is fighting, so I come quick. Another advantage of the slow push is that you will have priority for a very long time. If you push the wave fast, the wave will also bounce faster and you will lose the push faster. If you slow push, you will hold on to the window where you can have the priority and help your jungler first. Now this looks like an easy kill, but it's a result of all the things I set up in advance. And now I will just take a reset. So this is an ideal situation. As I was explaining before, if he resets, now he died, but that's a reset, right? And I will come back and the wave will be perfect for me. Look. I dash over the Nexus to go a bit faster, not using my Q because it costs way too much mana for a distance. It's not efficient. Look, the wave is beautiful for me. Now, why is this so beautiful? Well, it's beautiful for two reasons. One, I don't lose any CS, and he does. So he loses XP and gold because his minions were killing my minions. And another thing, he has to overextend and he can get ganked, right? While you don't. So you're completely safe. And you can imagine in some situations, let's say my jungler would be ready to gank right now. He is in a lot of trouble. You only have to keep in mind that because the wave is so big, you just want to last hit the minions. You don't want to do anything crazy right now. And again, as I was speaking before, the wave will eventually bounce back because he pushed the entire minion wave right under your tower. So again, it will result in a bounce, and that is your window of power again when you can set up a slow push as always. So we can skip this. And now again, the wave looks even, but from my experience, I know that this will result in a slow push. Slowly push, okay? Not too hard. And I'm again going up to contest him. Now, always think about their next move. He wants this CS. I put a soldier in his way, but I make sure to be a bit careful because I don't want to hit. I don't necessarily want to eat his E and his Q. So I just do an auto attack and then I will walk back immediately. Now, notice again, I don't Q. I don't Q until I know it is the right time to Q, okay? So I use my E right onto him. I made a soldier, so I get another soldier stack. I use my... And now, no windfall, no mobility. He doesn't want to fight me further. Now he's just running. Best time to use my Q because I know he can't dodge it. And I don't need it for further fight. Easily one trade. Now imagine an Azir that would Q much sooner. You don't do that much damage. Look, I'm 30 CS, he's 12 CS. Again, he knows what's coming. I'm building a huge ass wave. Make sure he is not recalling. In this situation, if he started a recall, you want to make sure you push the wave as fast as possible to deny all the creeps into his tower. Otherwise, it will be too slow. He will recall and walk back into the lane and still pick up all the CS. Now I will use this priority to set up vision. Oh no, actually, I will recall. And why do I recall? This sounds strange, right? I'm winning so hard. Why would I recall? Well, for a few reasons. Maybe in lower elo you don't have to think about it, but look. My Morgana is in base, so my support is in base, my AD carry just came in lane, and my jungler is extremely far away, and I don't have flash, so I don't feel that safe. Now, their support could be here, their jungler could be here, their AD carry could come as well because they have priority in the lane, they don't have to be in the bot lane, and yes, I can maybe escape easily, but it will cost me all my mana, and just being aggressive here is not very beneficial. It's way too much risk. And another factor is that because I just pushed the wave in, it results in a bounce and will take very long time until Yasuo can push back. And it's also a cannon wave, and it's if you want to roam or if you want to push, it's best to do on a cannon wave because it takes much longer for your tower to kill the minions, and you will more likely arrive to the wave and still get most of it. See, Rek'Sai was just around. That's my experience. That's how I can say it would be a bad idea to stand there. And I just reset for free, sure. I give up some pressure, I can't punish the Yasuo, but it just wasn't the time to punish him. And I come back, the wave is beautiful, and now I can keep the pressure up on the Yasuo. I go for a fast and easy combo, and this is horrible for him. So I will freeze the wave, I won't let him recall. Just be annoying, be aggressive, and freeze the wave. You again do this to deny CS from him, and usually you freeze by just tank the wave. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. You want to leave 3 more caster minions than your own wave. So this is the 3 minions, okay? So let's highlight them so you can see clearly. 3 minions plus I have 6 minions, right? And he has 6 minions plus 3 minions. I'm sorry. I need to drink something. So let's continue. Now I'll just make sure to pick up the control board and go back to freezing. Now I'm level 6, I'm so ahead, I'm more than double CS ahead and a solo kill. So he has to be so afraid of a shuffle. Now my jungler is nice enough to let me grab the blue buff, which I'm always thankful for. Make sure to secure it and go back to lane. Now bot lane is in heavy trouble, but it's okay. Now I'm safe, I have vision everywhere, so I'm not afraid of Rek'Sai. So I will use the extended poke combo to go for some poke. I now have so much mana with the blue buff that I can be so aggressive. I saw Rek'Sai in top lane, I still see Fresh in the bot lane. I can play any way I want. Again, Yasuo is so scared right now. Another advantage of having the slow push and creating big waves is if you kill them or if you zone them from such a big wave, they will lose so much XP and gold. Now I make sure to hit the wave, get an easy plate. I saw Thresh recalling, so I'm not afraid of any roam or anything. Stand at max range. Do you see how scared Yasuo is? He literally can't walk up to get minions. And this is not some bad Yasuo, as I said again. It's a master tier, yeah, not the one trick, but a main Yasuo. It's his most played champion. Now again, I just push into his tower, bounce is happening, and I can use that to zone him. You can play both ways. You can keep pushing for the plates, or you can zone him. It's completely up to you. I see that he went for a recall, but I want to keep him in his lane or deny the cannon wave. That's why I start pushing as fast as possible right now. I see Rek'Sai in the bot lane immediately. However, use your F keys or whatever you have bound to see what's happening. And now another plate. You don't have to finish the plate, you just need to get the assist from the plate. And I go to a safe place, go for a recall. Look at this, it's beautiful. I am more, well, am I? 60, okay, I'm not, but I'm almost triple CS. He has 28 minions, I have 71. This is an insane stomp. Now guys, I will ask you a question. He just put, the wave was just under my tower. What's happening right now with the wave? A bounce, yes. So I see Thresh here, but I know he's somewhat alone, so I'm not too scared. And I know that Charvon is around. I flash out, I make sure to ulti, and get out with my drift. Now this was a bit of a risky play. Disengaging would be completely fine too. I baited my Charvon and he died. You need to remember that in this game, I may be stomping, but my team is having serious trouble. It's 3-12 at 10 minutes. This will be in... I already know that in this game, I need to do as little mistakes as possible or we are absolutely going to lose. Now yes, I'm winning my lane, but I always have to consider the rest of the map. Look at this. I make sure to kite him. I know Rek'Sai is bot side. Now my team is around me, so I can play a little more aggressive. And now my team, my Jarvan is going top, my Morgana is going back to bot lane. I need to be more considerate. Again, unstoppable in 11 minutes. Crazy. Okay, I saw just Rek'Sai moving away, so I know it's a 1v1. No need to be scared. And I keep the pressure up. At least my Renekton is doing a good job. Now, I underestimated boots of mobility here. I'll try to fight them, make sure to dodge the hook. And this was a nice try by them, but we are just way too behind, so we couldn't get anything. And I'm going to die. Pretty sure I will. Yep, I will. So what was my mistake there? Well, let's go back. And my bot lane just died, right? So let's look here. Thresh is here. And look the way he moves. So I see him go out of vision right now. And I know that their bot lane has priority. And I saw Rek'Sai also moving this way. So first things first, I should stand more closer to the top side. So let's see what I'm gonna do here. Okay. So right now, I shouldn't be standing here. It's very obvious that the only way they can come is from bot side, right? Now, I should be standing here. I absolutely can, and I make it much harder, almost impossible for them to go on me. So imagine I'm standing there, I just W here, right? And I can still get all the minions, and I can always escape this way. So this was the main reason why that I should be expecting this. I probably wasn't, that's why I'm not positioned that way. But you always want to imagine where the pressure is. So they are winning bot side. Imagine, let us split them up in half. This is where they have pressure. That means where they can come from, where they are winning, where they have vision and everything. And this is where, let's put a different color maybe. And this is where we have the pressure. Because we just killed the Jax, we have the vision there, as you can see. And you want to play around the pressure properly. Usually that means you want to be closer to your team, right? And away from their pressure. Which is the principle I failed this time and results in my death. Now yes, when you are, that was the fundamental. When you fail a fundamental, you can rely on your mechanics or something to try to outplay the situation, but you should never be in that situation in the first place. Another misplay I did is underestimating boots of mobility speed, so I should just W the Thresh before drifting away, then I would be able to gain distance. Look how fast he is. And we already saw this, so no need. Let's skip over this crap. Now that was already one mistake. Huge mistake I shouldn't do. It will reduce my chances of carrying this game by about 20% because it's a really rough game. Look at this. 5 kills Lucian, 7 kills Rek'Sai. Jax is not doing that bad. He just died to a gank, but he outscales Renekton. He's same level, only about 15 CS down. Only mid lane difference is big, but it doesn't look as big as before because my team is losing hard and they can help the Yasuo. He was able to pick more farm thanks to the Rek'Sai pressure. Jungle is 2 levels down. A hard game. So right now I go for the fast push. We don't have a blue buff. Now you just, I would love to be under their tower and poke this Yasuo much harder, but I need to be a little more respectful. Now I see that they are doing Herald and Morgana is fighting the Rek'Sai here. So just W, go in. I want to make sure that he doesn't get away, so I go in a bit deeper than I should have. And here I make a mistake of not dodging the Jax stun. It doesn't look like a big mistake. It's still a great fight for us, because they just overextended and we baited them into a good fight. But me dying here, another mistake that shouldn't happen. It will result in a lot of damage in the mid lane tower. And look, I need to exert myself so much just so we can win fights. Yasuo doesn't have to do anything, and the fights still go kind of equal. So he's able to pick up free farm. I'm actually, from the insane lead I had, a level down. Morgana doesn't die, it's okay. So right now, I want to be in the side lane. I don't want my bot lane to be there. The reasoning is that my wave gear is so good, I can hold both their Lucian and Thresh alone. I see Thresh on the map there, so I know it's only 1v1 with the Lucian. Let's skip a bit, there's nothing happening. Now, I know that their bot lane wants to go top. I don't want to push, I want to ideally freeze or push but close to my tower, so I'm safe. Let's skip. This is not important. Now I have the Morgana Blaze Shield, and look, even alone I would be able to hold them. Now, just holding them is winning. Why? Because they are so fat and they are 2 people. If only one guy is holding 2 fat people, you're doing a lot of service for your team. Now, we try to check if they are doing the Herald. Thanks to my mobility, I'll be able to survive. And again, we are... Look how I'm at maximum range. Maximum range. I need to ult him here or I'm gonna die. Flash this Rek'Sai ulti. And I baited them into this deep fight. And we will be able to initiate our comeback once more. So let's look at the fight again. So we think they are on her. Okay. I stand behind Morgana. No trash hook now. I saw them and moved back immediately. Now because of the nice binding, I try to go for more. But since Lucian ulted, I need to get the fuck out. I don't use my Q because I know it was safe. Now, what can threaten me? The Rek'Sai just used his Unburrow, his W, to get above the ground. He can't knock me up. Lucian doesn't have anything. It's only trash hook. So, dodging this trash hook means that you can do free damage completely, okay? You always need to think about the cooldowns, what's the threat level, what can annoy you. So, hook, dodge it. See? This is me being mindful. If I'm not mindful, I'm just standing and auto-attacking, I will eat the hook and we lose this fight. Because now they have nothing. And they are focusing Morgana. Maximum distance. This is maximum distance. I'm as safe as I can. Now I start moving back immediately. And still maximum distance. He ults. And this is how I use my cooldown to bait them even deeper. Well, even this fight, you don't need to see this. I just make sure to go to the side lane, pick up the side lane farm so I don't lose out on anything. And reset. Ideally, if you can, you just want to make sure you push the waves back into towers before resetting. Why? Because that makes sure that you lose the least amount as possible while denying the most you can. And you come back to the lane and it'll be beautiful. So let's skip fast forward. Now they are pushing down mid lane, so I'll go mid lane to wave clear, essentially, but then I want to go top lane again. See, I didn't lose anything, maybe a few minions, but I still come to pick up the wave. I wanted to go for a poke combo, but it's fine. Being against Yasuo in the side lane, you can win if you know how to fight him, if you know how to fight the Yasuo. So let's skip fast forward. But just because I'm stronger doesn't mean I want to face check him. It's not like he's that weak, because he was able to free farm. Now I see everyone on the map, I know I can get the priority. Ideally you want to get priority and go help your team. I see Yasuo coming from the base now, and nobody is around. I'll try to help the Morgana, won't work, so I just walk back immediately. And here I will challenge the Yasuo for a fight. This is the best way to keep your lead. So, when it comes to a fight with Yasuo, you want to keep your distance to not let him E onto you. But if you fuck up, anyhow, just make sure when he is Eing, you want to ult him, okay? To knock him back, so he can't proc his tornado or whatever on you. Look how I'm not using my Q yet, okay? So here, I keep attacking with my W. I'm outranging his Q. He's to go closer. And here I thought that he would E. This is my mistake. I should be standing closer. A bit closer. That would be fine. Or wait with my R for longer. But you see what I'm working with, right? And the range advantage and everything, it just makes it he can't do anything. Because remember, your soldiers go through his wind wall. Not your Q when you reposition them, but your damage. The most important thing, ult his E, keep your distance, and don't use your Q like an idiot. Save it for the right moment. We are using Herald. I got the priority. Now I can move to help my team. I approach from this. I know they are all dead. Rek'Sai can't see me. Maybe I could have done more, but I wanted to play it safe. Remember, I scale so well. I put the tower here. And we are fine. So by winning mid lane so hard and playing safe, I will be able to scale comfortably until I need about 3 items to start carrying the game really hard. I need my Nashor's Tooth and Zhonya's. They are full AD, so Zhonya is perfect. Okay, I have 2 items at 20 minutes, doing just great. And again, same thing as before, rinse and repeat, go against the Yasuo, and this will be beautiful because, well, I will fuck up really hard, but it will show you what happens when you're not careful. So, I ult him, try to keep my distance, and look now. Look, this is the biggest mistake, right? And I'm so happy I did this mistake so I can show you. What did I do? I used my Q and look at this. I fucked up with my Q, now I don't have any soldiers left, and I do 0 damage. I'm just auto-attacking him. I almost lose this trade. Look, auto-attack, auto-attack. So, that's why it was much closer than it should be. And if I wasn't this fat, and remember, I had a huge advantage from the start. I made him almost 12 HP. See? There's no reason to Q. I just can keep using my W. And trying to dodge his Q would be also very good. Right now it's about the one. He has 1 item, 2 attack speed items, so that's 1 second cooldown, as we said in the beginning. See, if I died here, that would be a big bummer, a really big bummer for my team. So I'm a bit lucky that I won here. Sadly, I won't see the Lucian coming, so yeah, recall safely. This is my 3rd mistake. Well, not much to talk about, right? I died recalling like an idiot. So let's skip. Fast forward. Rinse and repeat, going top lane again. But I see there's a fight, and we are actually in the nice position. I approach the fight from behind. Now, Thresh used his E, he used his hook. Make sure to stand at maximum range. I ulted there just to make sure. So, yeah, I did a mistake in this team fight. Let's rewatch it again. We win it, but there was a mistake. So, no hook right now. Nothing can threaten me. Now here, I just ult to make sure he wouldn't go onto me. If he did, I would take half of my HP for no reason. So this is just, yes, it doesn't hit him, but it's like a prevention ult, okay? So that's a good ultimate. Here, attack. And now, I forgot about the hook. I can win this fight easily, at full HP even maybe. I still have flash and stopwatch. So, he flashes, my reaction, instantly flash. Or maybe if I'm faker, I will use my soldier to the side and E to the side, okay? And then I go or stopwatch. So stopwatch, flash, but anything to dodge the hook. That's the most important thing. Or I could also stand more behind the Jarvan. So, how you want to position behind your front line is, yeah, in line so they can't hit you with skill shots, right? Now, it's a bit hard to do in solo queue, but imagine I don't have to stand here. I was standing in place and hitting for the last 3 seconds. I should be moving between attacks, spacing, right? Even challenger players sometimes fuck up spacing. And I would be behind this Jarvan. I would be standing right here. Now, how is the Thresh going to hook me? It's impossible. And I will just clean up this fight easily. But because I fuck up, it's much closer than it should have been. See? And despite being mindful in the fight, I do my last stand. So, I did my job in this fight. I played it decent, but not as the best player. Now we just chase. The important part is that we are going to lose bot lane inhib tower, and Jax is actually stronger than Renekton right now. And we lose the mid lane inhib tower as well. This game starts looking really grim. Yes, we made some comebacks, but their win condition also is the Jax, and it's hard to stop him in the late game. So what do I want to do right now? Well, I want to progress to my Zonias, again rinse and repeat, just like I was doing before, go to the side, and then use my pressure, because I can get pressure against Yasuo anytime I want, to help my team, to rotate into the mid lane, get vision, get picks like we just did before. So, going to the side lane, picking up farm, nothing special, but now because we actually don't have pressure and everyone is in base, I can push as far as I would like to. They have 2 mountain drakes, so their Baron is also insanely fast, about less than 10 seconds honestly, and a thing we need to keep in mind. Now I'd love to face check, but don't make your tanks face check, or anyone, just not you, you're the carry. Charon is going for the face check here, that's good, standing behind your front line, And now what they are doing is really smart. So they deny our vision. This is a high elo game, so you probably won't have that. But look how they are using their split push, and they are baiting us. They know that as long as nothing happens, and it's a 1v1 between Jax and Renekton, they will win. They don't have to do anything. They just keep baiting us, keep taking waves, taking our vision, and then bait us into the Baron. They don't even have to start it, and they know they will win. So now this is just a bit of a small dance. Let's fast forward a little bit. Maybe I can do it this way so it actually doesn't look that much. Okay. So Renekton IDC. This is horrible. 2 open inhibs. Already someone is breaking from my team. Their mentality is breaking. A surrender vote is coming. Not much we can do here. And this is just going to get worse for the Renekton. So split push is not something we can consider. We need to rely on team fighting, and we need to team fight fast. If they get Baron, it will be extremely difficult to win this game. Look, they don't start a Nash. They just let Jax do the job. And they get out. Now, we are lucky that we got this. But everyone is basing, so it's only me here. Standing at max range. Again, Trajuke is down. Let's go deep. Yasuo Tornado down. Attack from maximum distance. Go for the carries. Go for Yasuo. Now go for Rek'Sai. Still standing at maximum distance. I use my stopwatch. Don't want to flash. Don't want to ignite. Because the flash will... It's very important. If you don't have to, don't flash. Because the flash shuffle can be game changing. And it is actually going to be. Now you can call it luck, something. But the fact that we are still in this game and we're able to steal the Nash is great. Me playing well allowed us to get this. We will get the inhib and then reset, so let's skip fast forward again. Now what we want to do is to go into the lane where Jax is split pushing to make it hard for him to push. Now he's going bot lane, that's why I'm also somewhat going bot lane as well. But I'm also worried about them just running it down through mid lane because we don't have any towers there. So right now we should be bot lane, but we are recoiling for an item or something. It's late game, people sometimes don't know what to do, and Jax is going to really push. It's gonna be a bit of a clown fiesta now. I think that we can kill this Jax. Look how I will play this fight, okay? He's alone, it's 2v1, he's very strong, but I'm strong too. I just need to keep my distance. If he play this incorrectly, he can actually win the fight against us. So he will go on me here. I make sure to zone us. Now, just ult him away with his E so he can stun me and go at the right moment. Played it cleanly. Sadly, my team gets caught and we have to reset again. Bit of a stalemate. Now, 2 of us are dead, but the carries are up, so we can still defend the base. I will put down my tower to make sure that I defend against the siege. And as a prize, we will get the top lane tower. So it's not too terrible. We slowed down their Jax, but the problem, this is just delaying the inevitable. We are just delaying it. It's fine because we are still in the game, but it's not winning the game yet. Now let's move fast forward again. We have the top push, so I just guarantee the mid lane priority. Get from maximum range. And now move up so they can push. A bit aggressive. I saw Lucian in top lane. Jax is not around and we are all around. That's fine. Now, we know that Renekton can't handle the Jax alone. Here, our options. Win a team fight, run it straight down their base and win, or just lose. Because eventually they will do the same thing. Renekton will lose to the Jax, they will bait the Nash, and it's very risky against 2 mountain dragons. So eventually we lose. Now, E him away. Ult him away when he ults you. And he dies. Big mistake by Jax. This will give us more breathing room, but again, delaying the inevitable. Now Renekton can't really deal with the waves, so I'm gonna go ahead and help him a bit before the Baron spawns. Nothing's happening, people are just mid lane, Jax is still dead. We secure this tower, move on. And now with this priority, we can look for a fight. The game of priority. Get priority, do something with it. So I have a good angle, I have a controller so they don't see me. And I'm desperate because I know I want to win this game fast. I go for a shuffle here, I flash to guarantee. my play. And here I ate way too much damage before going. This was a very close fight considering the play I made. It will result in a 4 for 4, I think. No, we actually win the fight, but won't be able to end yet. We just get the inhib again and delaying the inevitable. We rush the Baron, but we actually can't because Jax has TP and everyone's up. We'll try to bait them in the fight, and that's fine because now if they have to fight, they can split push. He's binded, so I can go for a little bit of damage. Working Starks is already really good. Max range again. Lucian is ulting. Now this was a beautiful bind. He just walked into the team fight. And the max range. This is the most important thing you need to take away from watching me team fighting. I utilize spacing. I utilize tethering, maximum range, and I make sure to think about the things that can annoy me. Now, such a close game. If I played a bit worse than this, you'll definitely lose. Let's move forward. We want to change for 2v2 so they can split push. Rek'Sai is pretty weak right now. I dodge his stun with my E. Go for Jax, as always. Make him waste the stun. Well, I'll throw him away when he's stunning me, right? So my wall usage is also very smart. You should implement that in your gameplay. And look how in the past few minutes Jax was not able to do what he wanted and split push. No cooldowns on Thresh. So he just dies here. And I know we can finish this Baron. I like to say this. I will make sure to zone the Rek'Sai here. My wall is really bad, but it will force him to go in much earlier because he is under a lot of pressure and he dies. They didn't have vision. Still, maximum range, no need to go into the pit. Just stand outside of the pit, finish the Baron, and do damage from safety. If you can be over a wall, now this was beautiful, right? I had no ulti this time, so the only thing I could do is to E through that. Wait, did we actually win here already? Let's see. Yeah, we do. And this is it. So I hope that you learned a lot about this matchup, and see you again next time. Subscribe to the channel if you think it was helpful. Check me on stream. You know, I will always work hard to deliver great content to you. So thank you for watching, and see you next time at Challenger Insight.